Are we live? We are freaking live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Ramadan live stream. Today is day number 10 and we are past midnight today. Looks like all of the live streams for this year is going to be past midnight. I remember doing live streams for last year. Most of the live stream was like around 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. but nowadays almost all of the live streams are like around 11 p.m. to 1 a.m., which kind of sucks. But as you see from the title and from the thumbnail, we are going to talk about WrestleMania Night 1. I'm not going to talk about NXT Stand and Deliver because I have not watched it, even though I've already seen some spoilers about it. Hello, Fireboy. Pleasure meeting you. So, today we're going to talk about all of the stuff that happened in WrestleMania Night 1, and also want to give my opinions on the show. So let's get straight into it, shall we? Because I don't want to make this live stream a long one. So the first thing that happened on the show was the match between Austin Theory and John Cena. Previously, I have not seen stage, the stage on like the reveal video on YouTube. So I was really surprised when I saw that the stage was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. I agree with Fireboy. Night one was incredible from start to finish. So let's start with the first match. Austin Theory versus John Cena. In my opinion, it was a great opener match. It's not hectic. It's not fast paced. It was really slow paced. Uh, it was really slow paced, and it has like a slow build from start to finish. It's actually a great way to showcase Austin Theory and also a great way to kind of, what's the word for it? Kind of like um, save John Cena from like terrible injury because he's still working on Hollywood, working on shooting some big movies, so they don't want to risk an injury for John Cena. So if you see from the first match, there are not a lot of big moves being delivered, like a lot of like injury risky maneuvers. You've seen a lot of like um, what's the word for it? Like submission moves and then grapple hold and stuff. And I really like the entrance for John Cena where he has those Make a Wish kids on the stage, and he was like encouraging them. I always love John Cena, man. No matter how many times you chant Cena sucks, like like you cannot deny it. You love this. You love him. No matter how many times you say that you hate this guy, you absolutely love this guy. You cannot hate John Cena. Maybe back in the day you were like, man, I really hate that John Cena was getting booked, like he's getting overbooked in every single show in WWE like a couple of years ago. But thinking of it like right now, you cannot deny that he's one of the best, and he's really good with kids, and his charisma, his characteristic, he was like one of the most decorated superstar in all of pro wrestling history. So yeah, John Cena was the goat. John Cena is the goat. I agree with Fireboy right there. And my prediction for that match was Austin Theory to win the title by cheating, and I was correct. John Cena was going to deliver an attitude adjustment, and then he hit um he's going to hit it at the attitude adjustment, but then he accidentally knocked out the referee. I don't understand why wrestling referees are so fragile. So Austin Theory's feet accidentally hit him, and then he got knocked out. He he locked in the STF. He shot the F. I kind of like joking about the move because the move is called STF, but I always like to call it STFU because that's what the move called when WWE was not PG-13. So he locked in the STFU. Um, Austin Theory tapped, but since the referee is not there, John Cena did not win the match, and then he's trying to wake up the referee, and then he got hit by a low blow. After he got by the low blow, he got hit by 8 down, and Austin Theory retains the title. A lot of people are kind of upset because they would want to see John Cena having another title reign, but in my opinion, John Cena does not need this win. Austin Theory winning by cheating is actually the best possible outcome because it clearly shows that he is just a cocky heel. He's not ready for the big main event. He's not ready to essentially become the face of the company. He's just a cocky son of a gun. He cannot beat John Cena without essentially taking the easy way out. So one of my other prediction is that he either is going to have a open challenge for the US title either on the night 2 of WrestleMania or on Raw, and then Braun Breaker is going to accept the challenge and then take the title away from Austin Theory, and then we're going to have another story arc for Austin Theory where he realizes that he was not ready, and he was in fact not ready. He was just a cocky heel, and he will become a better person. And I think that would be a great story arc for Austin Theory going to the future of his career in WWE. What was my match of the night? So I think we'll talk about that later on when I'm finished with my recap of night one. And then the second match was the match before the male showcase tag team match. Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus Street Profits versus Alpha Academy and versus Viking Raiders. So I predict this wrong. I thought Otis would get distracted by the Maximum Male models, but turns out none of the members of the Maximum Male models was spotted during the match. And turns out the Street Profits won the match instead of Braun Strowman and Ricochet. I mean, great for Street Profits. That was like a hectic yet entertaining match because not a lot of matches could be hectic but also entertaining. If you see a lot of like independent shows, all of those matches are just like spot fest. This match felt like a spot fest, but it's actually hectic in a good way. And yeah, Street Profits won, and I guessed wrong for that match. And then we got the match between Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. Logan Paul got one of the best entrance of the night in my opinion. It was like the second best because he was having the zip line thing just like Shawn Michaels did like years ago, and then he came out with a mascot of the Prime Bottle, who turns out to be KSI. When he came out with the Prime Bottle, I was like, "Who is this? I don't think this is Jake Paul. I think this is definitely KSI." And turns out it was actually KSI in the middle of the match. I made like some suggestion on what attire that Seth Rollins should wear. I suggested that he should wear either a boxing related attire or a Coffeezilla reference for his ring gear. But turns out he didn't do any of those things. But he still came out looking fabulous. So during the match, it wasn't a great match considering they have not been in a ring like at all before. This is their first time standing face to face, wrestling each other in a wrestling ring, and it felt like they have a great chemistry together. And then when Seth Rollins was going to deliver a stomp, I think KSI pulled him away from pulled Logan Paul away from the ring, and then he revealed himself as KSI. Turns out KSI was the person inside the mascot costume, and then he helped Logan Paul set up the spot for Seth Rollins to the table, and KSI pulled up his phone. It was like recording himself trying to take the next viral moment, but then Seth Rollins pulls him, put him on the table, and Logan Paul jumped without realizing that he's going to hit KSI, and then he hit KSI onto the Spanish announced commentary table, and that was great. He puts Logan Paul in the ring, delivered a stomp, and then 1, 2, 3. He won! Congratulations to Seth Rollins and for Logan Paul. go back to the drawing board. And if you see the post that Case I made on Instagram, it was really funny because he got stretched out by the medical team, but he's still wearing the he was still wearing the mascot outfit, which was pretty funny in my opinion. And then next we got the match between Becky Lynch, Leotard, and Trish Stratus versus Damage Control. Well, the match went the way that I was expecting, which was Damage Control lost the match, where all of the members hit their respective finishing move. Lita with the Twist of Fate, Trish Stratus with the Chick Kick, I think. I forgot if it was a Chick Kick or the Stratisfaction. And then Becky Lynch with the Manhandle Slam from the top rope to Bailey. And like, of course, it's going to end that way because I think they're going to break damage control. I think they're going to break up the damage control either tomorrow or on Raw, or maybe like near in the future. I think they're going to break up the team because it just does not work. And I would love to see Dakota Kai and Io Sky as single superstar in the main roster anytime soon. And then we got the match between Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. That match was great, but first of all, let's talk about the entrance. Prison Dom. That entrance was incredible. The video package was amazing. It was like cinema proof. It was incredible. He came out with the police, and he was wearing the luchador mask. That was incredible. And then Rey Mysterio came out with Snoop Dogg in a lowrider with wearing a mask that has the resemblance to the Great Muta's mask, doing a tribute to him as well. But he also do a tribute to Eddie Guerrero by playing his theme song "Viva la Raza." That was like amazing. That was incredible. That entrance was amazing. And then we got into the match. The match was incredible. During the middle of the match, we saw both Finn Balor and Damien Priest making their appearance, trying to trying to distract Rey Mysterio. But then the rest of the Legado del Fantasma came out and trying to even the odds. I don't think we can call them Legado del Fantasma anymore. I think we could call them Latino World Order. And I forgot to mention, Bad Bunny was there with the Spanish commentary team as well. So after um, Santos Escobar and Judgment Day fighting each other, so the referee got distracted, and then Dominic Mysterio pulled out a chain from Damien's jacket, and then uh, he was going to hit Rey Mysterio with it, but Bad Bunny comes in and pull it away from him. And with that, Rey Mysterio hit the 619 and then the Frog Splash to win the match. I forgot to mention, he pull out during the match, Rey Mysterio pulled out his belt and spanked that son of a gun with that same belt. And also when Dominic was outside, his mother slapped him in the face like a boss. And a lot of people would say that he should Ray should have got disqualified. But I mean, referee discretion, we don't really care. And then the next one is a match that we thought was actually going to be the main event, which is the match between Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. So a lot of people are saying that this match is like the best match of the night alongside the main event. But I can't really say much because while I was watching that match, I was really tired and actually fell asleep. I don't know why. I fell asleep. Even I know the match was amazing. I was like really into it, but suddenly my eyes got closed and I fell asleep. I don't know why. I'm sure the match was amazing, but I fell asleep and I don't understand why I fell asleep. So I wanted to watch that match again, like some other time, like in a couple of days when I got the chance to download the whole thing. and make my WrestleMania video later on. But like, I'm pretty sure the match was amazing, but I fell asleep and I missed like a big chunk. But I did not miss the finish where um, Rhea Ripley hit the German suplex off the top rope and then also deliver a riptide from the top rope. And finally becoming your new SmackDown Women's Champion. And with that, Rhea Ripley is the very first WWE superstar that could be considered an Ultimate Grand Slam champion. How was that? Because she was it was a former NXT UK Women's Champion, NXT Women's Champion, um, former Raw Women's Champion, and I think she was like former NXT Tag Champs. I can't remember. What was she former as well? I think she was like a former NXT UK Women's Champion, former NXT Women's Champion, former Raw Women's Champion, and now she has become the SmackDown Women's Champion, making herself the very first person to hold all of those different titles um, across all brands in WWE. And Charlotte Flair does not have any regrets at all because she was smiling when she knew she lost. This was the best decision that they could pull in this match. Rhea Ripley getting her revenge on Charlotte Flair and essentially becoming the ultimate Grand Slam champion in WWE history. And then we got to the main event. The Tag Team Championship was on the line. The undisputed WWE Tag Team Championship. The Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Championship between the Usos and the team of Sami KO. That match, in my opinion, um, alongside Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair, would be the match of the night, and possibly a candidate for match of the year alongside Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair. Oh yeah, I forgot before we get into that, there was a short match between The Miz and Pat McAfee, who just returned that very night. I was surprised because I did not see any rumor or any like wrestling journalist or media saying that Pat McAfee is going to make his return at WrestleMania. I did not know that. The same thing happened back in Royal Rumble. None of the wrestling reporters, journalists, media, or news made a post or report about Pat McAfee returning at Royal Rumble. The same thing happened this time at WrestleMania. No one is making any report or rumor surrounding that situation. So I was surprised that Pat McAfee actually returned to wrestle this time. And he wrestled The Miz in like a very short match. It's for like a bridge between the match between Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair to the main event. So now we get to the main event. That match was amazing. Both sides kicking out from every single finisher that's been delivered to all of them. And then Sami Zayn became the first person that has ever kicked out of the 1D because the name of the move was one and done. So basically, everyone that got hit by that move has never ever kicked out of it. And Sami Zayn was the first one. And then we got a lot of like super kicks, a lot of pop-up power bombs, a lot of Uso splash, uh, a lot of stunner, and especially a lot of halufa kicks um, throughout the match. But the ending was amazing. Sami Zayn delivered three consecutive haluva kick to Jay Uso, not Jimmy, Jay specifically. And I love this storytelling because essentially Jay Uso is the person that betrayed Sami Zayn. He was the one that actually believed in Sami Zayn when he essentially betrayed Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. He was a person that still sticks to his side, but he had to do it. He had to betray Sami Zayn because if not, Roman Reigns is going to blame Jimmy on his behalf. So he decided to side with Jimmy Uso and the Bloodline to save his brother from a kind of whoop ass from Roman Reigns. And I think it's a great storytelling that Sami Zayn is the one that ended this long title reign from the Usos and also pinning Jey Uso after getting his heart broken by him. And it was beautiful. I think the last time Kevin Owens held a WWE title was 6 years ago, and this is actually the last title he that he needed to become a Grand Slam champion. So now Kevin Owens is a WWE Grand Slam champion. He was Universal champion. He was United States. Has he ever won the IC title? I think so. He won the IC title, and then now he won the tag titles, which was great to hear. And then seeing both of them with the titles, they look incredible with the titles, and I absolutely adore their chemistry in the ring through between both teams. And in my opinion, it was a great decision to put this match as the main event. It was a great way to close the show, and it makes me can't wait for the main event tomorrow between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, because we all know this was just the beginning for the downfall of the Bloodline. So there you have it. That's all of the recap and the review and my opinion on what happened on WrestleMania Night 1. And I cannot wait to watch WrestleMania Night 2 tomorrow. So for you guys who live in the West, of course the show is going to start like at 7 p.m. or like 6 p.m. But in my country, it starts at 7 a.m. and luckily tomorrow my my schedule for my college is actually on 1 p.m. So the show ended on 11 a.m. in the afternoon, and I have 1 hour to take a shower and then go to the campus to study. So yeah, the schedule is really helping me because I really wanted to watch this year's WrestleMania live. Last year's WrestleMania, I only got to watch the first one live because I had class the very next day because today it's Sunday, but tomorrow is Monday. And on Monday is when WrestleMania Night 2 is going to air. So last year I can't remember. Oh yeah, last year I was already in college, but I had like a class in the morning. It was still online, but I had a class in the morning, so I cannot watch the show live, and that was like really a bummer. But not really because the main event did not deliver really well in my opinion last year between Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. It was kind of lackluster for a match that essentially changed um, the foundation of WWE for the next year, which is why we got this incredible Bloodline storyline. And I think I'm going to end this live stream right here. I've been live streaming for more than 20 minutes, and I think I need to take a rest so I could watch, so I could take sahur, and then I could watch tomorrow's WrestleMania in the morning. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. My name is Defaja, and I'm signing out.